We're going old school today. I used to do Facebook Lives from here all the time. Haven't done one from here in a while, but I'm back for our noon. I was calling them Lunch and Learns, and then I realized that a lot of people aren't on Pacific time, so there are our Gatekeepers Lives. Gatekeepers Lives. There are our lives. And they're lives. Okay. So, hi, howdy. There's Doug, right? I'm doing it on my phone, so it's a little bit harder to see. So say hello, because I can't, don't know if you're here unless you say hello, and then I have to remember. I used to do these from my phone more than my computer, and now I'm kind of out of the practice. But today, we're going to dive in and talk about career paths. Woohoo! Very exciting. It is exciting. And we have a masterclass this evening at 4 p.m. California time. So, hi, Susu. So we're super excited about that. It is Lunch and Learn for you. There's Doug, yay. So yeah, we have a masterclass at 4 p.m. today. Super exciting, free. We cover a bunch of stuff in there, and we talk about career paths in there as well, but we just touch on it. That's not one of the main things that we focus on because we focus on that with the videos. So if you haven't seen the videos, why? You should watch the videos, because in the videos we have a whole, yay, good thinking, because I forgot. We have a whole, one of the videos focuses on career paths. But I wanted to talk about it a little bit today for those people that either hadn't seen the videos or kind of dive a little bit deeper into it and just kind of help you kind of figure out where you would like to be within all of this. So if you're new to this whole thing, we have 3 levels of learning. Basically, we have all the free stuff, which is the mailing list and the Gatekeepers Facebook group, which you are hopefully in. If not, you can join from this page. You can also join the mailing list from here. So join those 2 things, because we send articles, we send most of our trainings that we do on a weekly basis. These little lunch and learns, we don't typically do handouts, but we have full-on handouts, homeworks, exercise, all for free. So that's our free side of everything. And then we have a good old-fashioned paid course where you can take the accelerated route, where you can join the course. That's what we call, hey Mushi, good to see you. We have a paid course basically where it took me a long time to learn how to do this. So we're, encapsulating all of the decades that we've spent learning how to do this into a paid course. And so that's what screen readers are. If someone is in the paid course, we call them a screen reader, and they have paid to take the course, and it's just your good old fashioned straight ahead course. But what it really does is we call it the kind of bullet train method, is it accelerates the process for those people that are certain this is a path that they want to take, whether it's a path to be a reader or some of the paths that we'll talk about today. So that's why we offer that version as well. However you learn, more power to you. We don't really, you're a grown adult, figure out what works best for you. We try to provide a lot of free stuff. Oh, I'm going to make a note. I want to tell you about something. And so, so we provide a lot of free stuff, and we want you to just benefit from that, and then, or really dive in if you know that this is the path you want to take and you want to invest in yourself and invest in making it happen, then you move into the paid level. So that's how it all works. Just like that. There's no mystery. It's no, I don't know. There's just, that's what it is. So those of you are new, because we are getting so many new people, like 400 a day new people, like so many new people. It's insane. So we're having such a good time. We've got thousands and thousands on the mailing list, and just it's just so fun. And this is such an interesting, smart, nerdy, movie-loving group that we're just having a great time. So let's talk about career paths, shall we? So being a reader is, you learn how to analyze scripts, right? That is the main thing a reader does. They take a screenplay, they break it down, they write like a book report known as coverage, they give that coverage to the person that asked them to read the screenplay. That's the basics. A lot of people are trained how to become a reader. This is how I learned, on the job. So they get hired as an intern, they don't make much money, or not at all. They don't get career portal. Career paths. I can read, they learn on the job, that's how I've learned, and that's how I learned it. And we feel, as we've moved into this business, that we see, thousands and thousands of writers are submitting their screenplays, right? And we don't think it's very fair to those people that wrote a screenplay, because that's huge. Hey, Kendra, that they should be judged by someone who doesn't even know how to do the job. So that was one of the main reasons we started this, is we want to raise the bar, and we want producers to start to realize, hey, look, we're training people, and these are the people that you want. You don't want to start someone with such an important job, right? Millions of dollars rest on whether or not they want to do this movie, and they're entrusting it to someone who's never been trained. What other industry would do that? what other industry would say, hey, surgeon, come right over here and like, what's your opinion on this? Pay no attention to that artery. Sorry, it's my haunted house. I do haunts as well. So it is like, but there's millions of dollars are resting on it. So we feel it's a very important job. And the cool thing is we've just been getting started doing this and we're starting to get noticed. So we have a producer that's coming into our screen readers. Hi, Elisa. It's Alyssa. So we have a producer that's coming in to meet our screen readers today and is just really impressed with what we're doing. So he's going to come in and talk about his process of hiring and that kind of thing. So we had a 2-time Oscar winner notice us on Instagram, and so he came in and spoke to everybody, and it's like we're already right out the gate getting some traction. So we're super excited about it because we really feel like we're helping people that want to do this job, because a lot of people who come in as interns, this isn't the job they want. They want one of the jobs I'm about to talk about, and so their whole heart isn't in it. Whereas we're training people whose whole heart is in this thing, and it's super excited. Alyssa, that was the second one, right? Put E if it's Elisa. And put an I if it's Alyssa. There we go. So, because I can't remember what I say. So that's why we started this. So some of the career paths. So a lot of people like me, I loved the reading process. So, and when I say I was just a reader, I don't mean like it's I'm only that. I mean, like I solely focused on that, and you can do that, and you can do it as a side thing and just do it as a hustle, or a side hustle, or you can dive in like I did. And the thing that I liked about it is because I was reading for many, many, many different companies, and I loved that. It was like seeing what's going on all over town, and sometimes the same script would come to me from different places, which I never told anybody. Like, you don't talk about your scripts with other companies. It's all very, you don't talk about it. So, but it was fascinating, super cool. Hi, Karen. Good to see you. Second one. Oh, no, we already went through this. Squirrel. It's like total Groundhog Day there. So I really like that. If you like that kind of pace, if it sounds interesting to you to be involved in a lot of different projects, focusing on reading might be the way to go. So, but a lot of people use this to learn how to break down a script, learn how to do these skills, and then they can move into development, which that's, watch the videos because we break down the path of a script. But basically in development, you have development executives, you have story editors. In television, you have script coordinators. There's a lot of different jobs where everybody's got their hand in the process of making this script good. There's script doctors, which are writers that come in and fix scripts. And there's a lot of different routes you could go within just developing the script. Then you could go into production and perhaps be a script supervisor. We actually had a script supervisor, join our screen readers. Super excited about that. So there's so many different routes. And then there's producing. So you can learn how to break down the script. Producers rely on the development department to really understand what's happening with the script. The producers take the development department's word on whether or not the script will work. And then that way they're involved in so many things. They simply don't have enough hours in the day to break down every little bit of a script. They're very knowledgeable and well-versed, some more than others. Some focus more on finances. They know their thing. Though they're like, producers are amazing because they just, they wear so many different hats. It's crazy. So, but they rely on those development people. So if a producer can have a reader that really understands what they're doing, that is gold to them. It saves them their valuable resource of time. So, but within producing, there's field producer, line producer, supervising producer, executive producer, associate producer. Did I say supervising producer? There's a lot of different ways you can go with producing, field producer. Second unit. There's just so many different ways you can go with producing, but that original thing of knowing a script, and we cover all of that in our course. We cover every little bit of it, but we cover a lot of that here too, and in the videos as well. We piece it together for you. So basically, if you know that you want to produce films, having this base, this is the base. And it can be its own thing as well. So the first thing to do is to know what those things are, to know all the options that you have. And it's interesting, we have people that post things like, well, no, you can't get a job there because they already have people. It's like, well, those are people. People are people. You don't need to know someone. You don't need to, so many people broke into Hollywood without most people didn't know anybody. It's just people figuring out jobs. There's not like, oh no, it's those people. It's you, it's me, it's people. It doesn't, matter. And as a matter of fact, people that say you have to know someone, people that are born into it, who have relatives, in some ways it's harder for them because they really have to prove themselves. Yes, they get to meet people, but they meet people who already have this sort of veil of judgment on them, whereas people that come in green don't have that. So it all depends. My dad was my high school drama teacher. He would never cast me because he would say, I can't cast you. You're my daughter. So I had to come into auditions and just own it. Like I had to come in like there's no other choice, clearly, which was great because it taught me how to prepare, and early on when I was younger, like freshman, sophomore, because he was my high school drama teacher, I would come in, he wouldn't cast me, and then someone would drop out and I would step in at the last minute because I literally, and I'm not joking, would have the entire play memorized. Like every part, I would know no matter what happened, I could play anything. I'd play boys, I'd play girls, it was like, I'm your guy. But I had to do that. Hi, Elizabeth. Good to see you. So I had to do that in order to step up. And that's true with people who know someone. There's a lot expected of them if they already have that in, and they get judged harshly. So if you don't know anybody, in some ways, it's just as wide open. The 2-time Oscar winner didn't know anybody, so it doesn't matter. So knowing what those paths are, knowing the route that you want to go is the first step. That's number one, is knowing. Number one, my lord, is knowing kind of where you want to go. Hi, Brantley. What a great name. I love that. Brantley, I love names in general. So yeah, knowing kind of what those paths are, knowing what careers are out there. And then the second thing is to know thyself. And that's the key to everything, really, is knowing yourself, trusting yourself, knowing where you would fit. If you are someone who likes that hustle and bustle, then being a reader or being in development, being a script supervisor, if you're someone who likes being in the thick of the set, that's a script supervisor. So know what lights you up, like when you think about doing it, what is exciting? What makes you go, that's it, that's the thing. Whatever that is, that's the path. Then you set your sights on that, and we're going to, get you there, basically figure out a way to get you there. So that's the second thing, is knowing yourself. If you are a reader, and also to some degree in development, but specifically for readers, story editors, you do need to be able to turn things around quickly. And usually you can learn pretty fast how to start reading quickly because scripts are a little bit easier to read. Screen reader, hi, Jessica. So scripts, once you kind of get the hang of it, because they should have quite a bit of dialogue, which is much faster to read, you can usually turn around a script pretty fast. The thing that's hard is writing that coverage quickly, because as writers, we tend to edit and re-edit and edit and re-edit. So learning how to do that is a real skill. So if you know that you're just someone who takes a long time to write, who would have a hard time with that quick turnaround, then either you'd want to, because you get paid per project, you would want to kind of slow down and work for one thing and just do it as a side thing, or you would want to move into consulting. And that's where you work with a writer specifically. And I moved into that not because, I did the hustle and bustle thing for a long time, for 15 years probably, but until I started moving, I really started to love, howdy, that's our word, howdy. I really started to love the process of a writer, like really getting in there with a writer. Because when you're working with a writer, it's not the quick turnaround. You slow it down. You give them like sometimes page one notes. You get into thick of the nitty gritty of the script with them, as opposed to sort of a general overview that a reader does. So if you know that's something that you would, thrive, that would be a thing for you. If that's what lights you up, then that's the path you should go down. But kind of identifying what those paths are, identifying what lights you up, what makes you happy, what makes it, because the more that you come at it like that, the better it's going to be. And so we have our screen reader course where we jump in and we show everybody like the nuts and bolts of breaking down a screenplay, how to navigate Hollywood, all that. But we also throw in a coaching and consulting course, because that shows people like how to really like break it down, how to start your own online business. So we basically didn't know how to do any of this online stuff, and so we had to learn. So we're taking everything that we learned and we're passing it right along to you. So basically, you can learn how to run an online business. So if you're an artist at all, an actor, writer, director, anything, this will help with that. So kind of knowing what your paths are, we are trying to provide as many opportunities, as we can to get you there. And then the last thing, and we kind of talked about this yesterday, this is serendipitous. I would like to say it was very intentional. I planned it out, but is taking a chance. And we talked about fear yesterday. So basically, at some point, if these are things that light you up, if you're sick of where you're at and this is something that just lights you up, at some point you have to take that leap. And I've been there. I took a little detour for a little while thinking that, I want to get out of the Hollywood thing. And I took a detour and realized, no, I don't want to get out of the Hollywood thing. And it took me a while to get myself back. And now I'm so grateful and having so much fun with it. And so, if you're someplace where you're just not happy, like at some point you got to do something, whatever it is, whether it's with us or whatever, you need to do it to get yourself to a different place. And so that is like one of the main, factors in this whole thing as well. And like I said, we take a lot of courses about how to run online businesses. We teach in the consultant course about how to set up your website and social media and how to do all that, how to get clients, all of that. We do all of that. So one of the people that we study with is Eben Pagan, and he doesn't even know I'm doing this. He's totally has changed our lives in terms of giving us the groundwork. He basically lit the fire, and then all the other courses I take are technique. But two things that he promotes out of many things. One is moving, what he calls moving the free line. And that means giving away things, which is one of the reasons we are so inspired to do that, is to give away, as much free training, as many things to kind of get you started. We want to light that fire under you like he did under us and get you started. And then the other thing that he talks about is speed of implementation. And that means like when you decide that you want to do something, you need to do it. You need to decide and you need to do something. It's not just write it down, and sometimes it's not necessarily tell a friend, depending on the friend. If you have a friend that's with you when you're kicking butt, tell that friend. It's interesting. Sometimes when you're kicking butt, friends don't want to hear about that. They're much more comfortable when you're like needy. So if you have someone that really, like I have Doug, who's like totally, pushes me forward, then yes, tell that friend, because they won't just immediately go, oh, no, you want to do that. But a lot of people have a hard time with taking a chance or, trying something new. And so they might stop you. So if you have someone that supports you and will at least hear you out, tell a friend. But do something, do a physical action towards that thing. So that's what I want you to think about today. That's what I want you to hashtag. I want you to hashtag do it. And I want you to like write, what is the thing that you're going to do? What is the thing that's going to take you one step? And I'd love it to be the master course, come in and have it be with, I would love to be any part of that, because we just love it if someone is, inspired by something that we're doing. But I don't really care. I just want you to do it. Like whatever it is, there's so many paths you can take. There's so many places to learn. Whatever you want to do, someone has done it before you, most likely, or at least a version of it. You can go Google them and find out how they did it, and then you do it. So let us know what that is. Eben Pagan. I don't know. Okay, I've totally monologuing you right now. I don't know. I saw a little conversation going around there, like something about Doug on drugs. Maybe I won't tell you who it was. Totally my mom right now. That was totally my mom. Oh, she would love that. She would love that. It's Eben Pagan. Doug's going to tell you, even though he's on drugs. I'm kidding, right? I really don't care. You guys are grown adults. You can do this however you want. Yeah, it's Eben Pagan. He is amazing. It's actually EBEN Pagan. Thank you. Gold star for Elizabeth. You guys are so awesome. Yes, he is amazing. And I love, he talks very slow. Sometimes I have to like put him on double, but he's such a great nerd, smart, wicked smart guy. And just, he gives away a ton of free stuff. And then I actually got a scholarship and got even more from him. So I'm like a total, I work with Oscar winners, but Eben Pagan, it's totally how it is. Ask Doug. Yeah. So he's someone to definitely study. And some of the things that we learned from him, we kind of like took, things that work for coaching and consulting for writers, which is a little bit different. And we put that in our coaching and consulting aspect of our courses so that you can learn how to do that. There's so many great podcasts. I think one of the talks we're going to do this week, I almost did it today, is just basic resources, like people you should be listening to. And so we'll do that this week as well. So that's basically it today. So know what path you can take. Pick one. Know yourself. Where will you fit into that? And then take a chance. And then hashtag something. What are you going to do today towards it? Yep. Yeah, he's worth every penny. Absolutely. And he gives away a lot of free stuff. So there you have it. Sorry, my voice is still a little messed up from the fires. But So there we have it. We will do resources. I want to talk, I just read this really great book too, and I want to share a little bit about that. So we'll do those topics this week. So we will be at the masterclass today at 4. Woohoo! Join us for that. Totally free in that class today. It's totally free. We'll cover a little bit of this, but we basically bullet point like all the things you absolutely need to know to be a reader. And then we tell you about how we teach it and the things that we have in our course to do that. And you're welcome to take the course, good old fashioned course. I start calling that. It's just basically that. It's not like any kind of like, I don't know, people are like, oh, they've got this thing, it's like, no, it's not like, it's not a service. It's a course. And so you can go that route, or you can stay in here and we'll be in here all the time. So, he did, and he, oh no, we don't want to say, yay, I'm glad to see that. Yes, and you are rocking it. I mean, it's such an amazing community in there, right, Jessica? They're just so amazing, really cool. And we have a Zoom session today. We're bringing in a producer to talk to everybody. Super fun. So for those of you that come in the masterclass, if you join the course today, you'll get to meet him. So anyway, I'm not here to kind of plug the course. I am, because we love it. We're super proud of it. I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of the screen readers that are in there and the kind of transformations that we're seeing of people that came in and never even read a screenplay and then went to the Austin Film Festival. She's going to come and talk to us on Friday about her experience doing that and reading for them. And like, we have many people reading. And we talk about that too. And we'll talk a little bit about that tomorrow, Elizabeth, about kind of money stuff. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And then we cover some of that too. So we'll talk more about that. And yeah, we'll kind of figure it out. And we're always around. And if you have questions, just let us know. You can email us too. It's a little bit crazy right now because we're getting bombarded from all sides, but we will get back to you. It's just Doug and I. That's our big team. Woohoo! And Kendra helps a lot too. And then, but we'll get back to you as soon as we can. So, there you have it. So we will see you hopefully tonight at 4. If not, we'll be back tomorrow at noon. And then we have another class tomorrow at 4. And then we have our final master class is at noon on Sunday or Saturday. And then enrollment closes Sunday night so that we can start Monday kicking butt with new students. So, yeah, keep on keeping on. We will see you either this evening or tomorrow at noon. All right. Talk to you guys soon. You guys rock. Hang in there, Elizabeth. We'll keep talking to you about it. All right? Talk to you soon.